Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Ooh, we're going to have to stop meeting like this on rainy days. What is happening here in Southern California? We're supposed to be in spring by now, and instead we're having another storm, and it is pouring where I'm at. Oh my goodness, who is all in the house? Oh, hey, Nora. Oh my goodness. And Jeanette's journey. Oh, Anu. Oh, I hope my I have my van. Oh, Anu. Woo, yay. Van life with Tina. Hello, hello. Miss Net's in the house. Oh my goodness, folks. It has been a day. But it's always brightens my day when I meet with you all. I don't know if any of you saw the video that I posted just a little while ago. It was like an episode from a sci-fi movie. It was where I was at the hospital, my last emergency room visit, and I'm going to share with you all why I say that it was a blessing in disguise. But before I do that, let me say hello to some folks in here. Von Zetero says, Jeanette, yes, nice and cool and slightly wet here. I'm by Pasadena. Oh my goodness. Well, it's more than slightly wet here. It is soaking. I mean, drenching, pouring down. I went into Costco today and I had looked at the weather report. So fortunately I knew it was going to be raining, but even so, my coat is soaking wet. And I'm telling you, Graham says, what does a cloud wear under its coat? Thunderwear. I tell you, Graham has a joke for every occasion, doesn't he? Okay, Graham, you're on a roll today. Nora says, oh, I'm going to ask Carol for a raise. Granted, you're getting a raise, Nora. You're getting a raise. Oh, Jeanette's journey. You're in Menifee. Oh, that's not far. That's not far. Oh my goodness. Is it storming there too, or just a little drizzle, or what? Hey, Debbie Johnson is in the house. Hey, Red, another one of my great moderators is here. Oh my goodness. Anu says, I think I ate way too much. Oh, story of my life, Anu. So join the crowd. Join the crowd. Oh my goodness. It is whenever this kind of weather, I'm trying to get a Kleenex here. Whenever this kind of weather happens, I don't know why, but my nose starts running. Sorry guys if I have to wipe my nose in front of you, but this kind of weather just does things. When you're old like I am, your bones start creaking too in this kind of wet weather. Hey, my sister in love, Amy, one of the holy. Long time no talk. I know. Where have you been, Amy? Where have you been? Uh um Raz Bliss, hello. Hi, how are you? Oh my goodness. Jeanette's journey says, love the free water, but hubby just walked the dog and they got caught in it. Oh yeah. They both smell like wet dogs now. I know I'm going to have to take Cuddles out. He's here beside me. Of course, I've brought Jay to another party. That kid has more social life than I ever had at her age and that I've ever had ever. I'm telling you. Who else is in the house? Anyone? Oh my goodness. It is. Oh, hey, Donna Flynn from Voice Breath Self Developing Training. Hello. Oh my goodness. Wanda's in the house. Wanda Hutchins. I know. Isn't Graham crack up? But that was a clean one. Thank you, Graham. Inspired to Wonder says, I'm back with a hot cup of tea. Oh my goodness. That sounds like I have actually, oops, sorry. Oops. I got tilted there a little bit. Sorry. I have the remainder of my coffee from the Y, the gym that I go to go to the spa and everything. They offer free coffee. You up until about 2:30 in the afternoon, but you have to bring your own cup, which I'm okay with that. You guys know my favorite four-letter word, FREE, free. So I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Hello. Hey, Kathleen's in the house from Virginia Beach. I don't know if I've been to Virginia Beach. I probably have traveled through it because I've gone from North Carolina up to Washington, D.C. So I've no doubt traveled probably through Virginia Beach, just haven't stopped there. Hey, Sea Girl. Thank you, Sea Girl. Who else? Hey, Patty from Albuquerque. Oh, have you ever been to the balloon festival there, Patty? I went to it a year, I think it was the year before COVID hit. It was absolutely fabulous. They have one in Temecula, but it's really, really expensive. I don't know if to camp there. I mean, it's really expensive. So I don't know. I have to see. And even parking is expensive. Hey, Midnight Run Kennel. Hey, thumbs up from North Dakota. Oh, now I know Mount Rushmore is in the Dakotas. Is it in North Dakota or South Dakota? Because I promised Jessica I was going to take her there. So maybe this summer, you never know. Yeah, Amy, everything is going good with me and Jessica. Oh my goodness. Doing this 21st birthday party, excuse me, folks, even with a party planner, it's a lot of work. You know me, trying to save money and then just trying to get exactly what I needed. I went with party platters from Costco. So I did party platters with little sandwiches, and they used to have the croissant sandwiches, and I really wanted those, but they didn't have those anymore. At least on a party platter. So I'm getting those. And let's see, what else am I getting? I'm getting party platter with sandwiches. Oh, with some meat in between, salami and something else, and grapes and cheese. Although I don't know that the kids will really like that. And then I'm getting pizzas. I think the pizza is going to be the thing they're really going to go for. So trying to get there. Then I've got a limbo thing. I've got to figure out how to put up this limbo thing to do the limbo. Ugh, who knows? Then Jay gave me a list of songs because the party planner wanted me to submit a list of songs to give to the DJ. I'm like, who cares? Just play anything. But so I had to give a list of 20 songs, and something told me, go through and listen to each of these songs. So I did, and oh my words, the lyrics on some of those songs, whoo, I'm not going to say what they were, but let's just say they were a couple of the songs, maybe 3 or 4, were double, triple, quadruple X rated. The songs. So, I bleeped those out and I put in a couple of my own, like Cool in the Gang. So in the middle of, although I was surprised, Jessica had a song in there from Earth, Wind, and Fire, and she had another song from Luther Vandross. So I was kind of surprised by that. This kid has Earth, Wind, and Fire song. But then again, I listen to some of this occasionally, so maybe she heard it. So I added a Cool in the Gang, and I added another one. That was one of my favorites. So these kids are going to be dancing, and all of a sudden they're going to Katy Perry or Usher, and all of a sudden they're going to come up with Cool in the Gang and be like, what the heck? But hey, I'm paying the bill, so I should get at least a song or two I like. What do you guys think? But anyhow, this is, it is quite an undertaking in a party. A big party, you got the food, then you've got the entertainment, then you've got the music, then you've got the decorations, then you've got the cake. Thank goodness Jessica's boyfriend's mom is making the cake. And I had to call her yesterday because I was like, you know what? I thought, I didn't want, Jessica was like, well, she has 2 different classes. She said, Mom, I'll just hand, invitations. I'll put them under the, backpacks, to the kids that I know. And I was like, no, if you're going to invite anyone in the class, you're going to have to invite everyone. But I thought, what's the big deal? Half the kids, at least half the kids won't come. So I don't have to worry about it as far as, I'm planning on just half the kids. Well, guess what? About, I'd say 96, 97% responded. So I was like, holy moly. So then I had to regroup because I'd given them a certain number based on, my guesstimate, which turned out to be way off, so I forgot. you have to have tables and chairs too. So, but the party planner, she did a great job, and I will share her name at some point and maybe even interview her. But I should show you the list of texts between us since this thing started about a month ago. Whew, so much to do, so much, so I've got to get this limbo thing going. We may end up two people holding a pole is what we may end up doing. I don't know. And then I've got, dare I say, I have an axe throwing setup. But if it's going to be raining tomorrow, we're not going to be able to do it because I doubt if they're going to want us to do axe throwing inside the venue. It's not like axes, like, sharp blades. It's like some plastic thing, but it's kind of cool the way it's set up. It's got like these, I don't know, um, rubber things that come out, looks like an urchin, and the plastic handle that you throw sticks in there. And it's kind of cool. I'll have to show you maybe. Maybe I'll do a short. If you guys want me to do a short on the axe throwing, I'll do one on it and let you see. But oh my goodness. Whew, I will be glad when tomorrow is over. And her granddad or grandfather is flying in just for the day to come to her party, take her out to dinner, and then he's flying back out. So that's devotion, isn't it? Oh my goodness. So it should be a fun event. Hey, Priscilla says, I have narrow rolling veins too. Phlebotomist nightmare. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know what you're going through, Priscilla. If you have to go get blood drawn, I have to tell them what kind of needle to use. Yep, a butterfly. And then once I wanted to get blood work done, and they had someone, I was at this lab, and they said, oh, I told them, I said, it's kind of hard to get blood. Oh, don't worry. We have someone, we call him the wizard because he can get it from everyone. I said, okay, no, great. I'm relieved. But I told him up front, I said, 3 sticks is my limit. And he goes, oh, I can get it. I can get it. So one time, didn't find it. Goes back in. Now, each time it's not comfortable. Those of you who've had blood work. 2 times, didn't get it. 3rd time, he didn't get it. And he's, by this time, he's like really I said, no. At some point, I said, you know what? That's it. I'm afraid you're going to have to take the band or whatever he had, you tie around your arm. He was so angry when I said that's it. He snatched it off and he threw it down on the ground and he stormed off. I was like, and this person's dealing with people. What the heck? I guess because everyone calls him the wizard and he couldn't get the blood. So I was like, I told him, I said, you know what? I'm done. I'll never come back here as long as he's working here. So I left and I went to the hospital and they did it there. But isn't it surprising how some people can be so egotistical? Hey, Midnight Run Kittle saying hi to Red. Hi, Anthony. Trip from Atlantic City. Rain there too? Oh my goodness, the eastern seaboard going all the way up to Boston is supposed to be really flooded out. Remember several years back when they had those floods there and the nightmare people had to go through to get their insurance claims processed. And they were showing how insurance companies were just ripping people off. Oh my goodness. Hey, Jocelyn, happy Saturday to you too. Hey, Bilik AJK says, from Canada, we have snowstorm here today. Wow. What part of Canada are you in? Hey, Bron Green says, finally made it to the live feed. Yay, it's chilly in Victoria, Australia. Oh my goodness. So we got 2 Aussies in the house today. Welcome. I'm glad you made it. Oh my goodness. Who else? Yes, everyone else is saying hi to Braun too. Hey, Gloria. Glad found your channel. Really lighting up my day. God bless. Been down about some things. Oh my goodness. I hope that we can cheer you up today, Gloria, and let you know. One of the things I wanted to talk about today, and Kim, I don't know if you've seen the interview I did earlier in the week. I aired with Kim, who lives in that. Isn't it cool? His name is Kim, and he lives in a truck camper that's called a Kimbo. What are the odds of that? I mean, what are the odds of that? He is just a delightful man at 72. We talked a lot off camera because I always talk a lot off camera in between, before, or even after I shoot the videos. And we were talking about how some things that you think in life events that you think, this is it. This is going to take me under. I will never recover from this. I'm not going to survive this. How it turns around and becomes the launching pad for a complete new and better chapter in your life. Isn't that strange how that happens? Now, I'm not saying that's all the time. Sometimes, like he said in the video, bad things are just bad things and they stay bad. There's no silver lining. But sometimes there is a silver lining. And sometimes the difference between how it turns out is how you respond to it. There's a pastor called Charles Stanley. He's now passed on, but he used to say that in all of his years of ministering, what he discovered was that how people's lives turned out often was not based on what happened, but 90%, 10% was the result of what happened, but 90% was the result of their response to what happened. And oh, there's some kids up there, and they're coming out, peeking out to see where Jessica's mom is. But anyhow, yeah, so that's what I am. And in a few minutes, I will tell you why I'm saying that for me. But check out that video with Kim. It really brought it to home that, sometimes even a divorce can turn out to be a blessing in disguise. Um, oh, there's the person who's hosting the parties coming out looking too. Everyone's checking to see why I'm out here. Nora says, I have floating veins too. I've learned to drink at least 2 bottles of water before I get blood taken. Yes, it does, because when you're dehydrated, it really, I guess, makes your veins kind of decompress, or, shrink somewhat down. And yeah, being hydrated really, really helps when you go to give blood. But sometimes if you don't know, and I don't always every day drink loads of water, so if I unexpectedly have to go in and get blood drawn, then it's really a problem. Hey, Patty from Corona. Was raining earlier? Oh yeah, I bet. Oh my goodness, they've had these, they're called Furbies. Some of them are dressed up in Furbies. There's like these costumes. I don't know. I'm being distracted here. Sorry. Donna says, laughing out loud, Graham, you are starting early today. Keep him coming. Yeah, Graham is starting early, isn't he? Anthony, are you going to join? Are you joining Graham? Okay, Anthony says, I asked my dog today how it would be, and he said, rough. You guys, I don't even know what to say. Hey, Patty P, hello. Oh my goodness. Graham says, last time I was at the doctor's, he told me I only have 10 to live. I said 10 years, months, weeks, 9, 8, 7, 6. Oh my goodness. Hey, Susan, one of my members. Hello, welcome in the house. Jeanette saying just a drizzle, then an occasional downpour. Well, it was a real downpour here, but now it's kind of tapered down to a drizzle. So I'm hoping that by tomorrow for Jessica's party, although thank goodness the party planner booked it at a place that has indoor. We're going to have the food and the DJ and everything is going to be indoor, but it opens up to an outside patio. And that's where I was hoping to have the axe throwing, and also the bottle toss, where you have these frisbees that you try to knock bottles down. But hey, thank goodness it has both options. So I'll just see how it turns out. I've got to run around picking up the food before I go over there tomorrow. But Nora says no coffee or tea before blood work. It just loads and loads of water. Now, why no coffee or tea? Nora. Is that because it dehydrates you? All right. Hey, Mythical Nomad Adventure says, gotta keep, and Funky Van says, gotta keep Carol out of those tents and parking lots. I know. I know. I was like, how many of you remember MASH? Remember that sitcom MASH where they were I think they were in Vietnam and they were in tents. I'm telling you, when I went in there, first of all, they said when they said, okay, we've got a bed for you, I was like, oh, that's not good news. They were going to put me in a bed, and they said, and it's in our outdoor. I said, outdoor? You have an outdoor hospital? And they said, yeah, we have tents out there. I was like, tents? Why would you have tents? And then I went out there and I looked at. You seen those movies where they have like an outbreak of some mad disease or something, and they have people all isolated? I forget the name of some of those movies, but they're all in tents and people are in oxygen and everything. And as I'm going into there, I'm looking and I'm thinking, what the heck? And I said, is this because of COVID? And they said, no, not because of COVID. They didn't put them up because of COVID. They were because of, I didn't really get into what, and they weren't really talking a lot. So, but anyhow, that's what it looked like. So when I told you I was in a tent at the hospital, that's what it looks like if you looked at that video today. Annie Shenanigans, hello, says in 1997, I had a horrible thing happen and it changed my life for the better. I would not be today here where I am today if it had not happened. Isn't that interesting how that, I have a question, Annie, which is probably a dumb question, but when it happened, did you have any idea that it would turn out the way it did? And how did you go into it? Did you go into it thinking this is it? This is going to take me out? Or did you go into it thinking, okay, I've got to deal with this. I'm going to make the most of it. How, sometimes people go into something and it keeps them in a state of depression for years, but I'm glad that it turned out good for you, Annie. Hey, Judy. Hello. Welcome. One of my camping buddies. Judy is someone I met in Quartzsite. I think it was either my very first or very second year. I think it was my first year in my van there. Yes, my first year in my van. And I told them all, I'm going to do a channel in my van. It's going to be a cooking channel. They were all so encouraging. Oh, you, Miss V, Crystal, Vanner. Oh, that was actually, I crashed someone else's camp. I didn't know anyone. So I saw Crystal at another site that was a women's, kind of the start of the women's RTR, but it was at a different location. And I overheard her saying, oh, we're going to go over and camp over at the RTR. And I was like, hey, can I join you? Can I come along too? And she's like, okay. I guess she's thinking, who is this crazy woman? She says, okay. And I said, I'm going to follow you. And I'm probably thinking maybe I can take a few turns and lose her. But she did. I stuck on her like white on rice, and she didn't lose me. And I met Judy, and the rest is history. We became good friends. Hey, Kenneth says, all the best to all of you today, and my favorite lady. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you. You always say the kindest things. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Sea Girl, weather change gives me weird allergies. That's interesting. But I guess different climates release different pollens or do different things, so that kind of makes sense. Let's see. Roz Bliss is saying, good to see you. Good to see you too, Raz. I'm sorry, Raz Bliss. Glad you're here. Bialik, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say AJK. That's the easiest way. AJK says, during COVID in Toronto, we had tents with beds set up everywhere. Well, I saw in New York that it was like that. Oh my goodness. They had even like on military fields and stuff. It was terrible. Oh my goodness. I hope we never, ever have anything to like that again. Kenneth is saying, love us some Grams. Oh my goodness. Who else has AJK says, my name is Anastasia. Okay, Anastasia. Okay, great. Judith said, Vaughn's on a roll. Are you from Pasadena? She's near that area. Oh, okay. Midnight Run says that Mount Rushmore is in South Dakota. Okay, well, now I know. At least I won't go to the wrong state. Vaughn saying yes, she's near Pasadena. Oh my goodness. Patty said she's been to the balloon festival. Lots of fun. Oh, it was unbelievable. But you know what happens? A lot of the balloons, I don't know what it takes to navigate one of those things, but some of them, they come down all over the city. There'll be some coming down in parking lots or some coming down in the middle of the road. I mean, they're a lot of them do come down where they want them to come down, but many of them come down in other places. So it's kind of interesting because you'll see sometimes a balloon coming down. I saw a balloon coming down right into the parking lot of the gym, I think it was Planet Fitness. So it's quite an adventure. Okay, love to see the pictures. Okay, all right. I don't typically take pictures on Sundays. I don't do any taping, but I might just make an exception and show you guys some of the pictures from Jay's party. Anastasia says, I am Ukrainian, but Greek Orthodox. Okay, well, then you must really have some feelings about what's happening in Ukraine right now. I'm not going to get into it, but just, yeah, we're praying for the folks over there. That's a terrible situation. Just a terrible situation. Jeanette's Journey says, smart idea. Those songs are awful. I know. I couldn't believe some of the lyrics in the songs. And I was like, thank you, Lord, that I checked these songs. Can you imagine if I'd had a DJ playing those songs and the parents were in there and they would have been looking at me like, what the heck? So thank goodness I checked the lyrics on some of those songs. Oh my goodness. Who else is in the house? Hey, M. Connie Lillis. Hi, hello. I'm seeing some new people over here today. I am, and I am so happy to see you. Debbie Johnson says, Jessica has good taste in you too. Thank you, Debbie. Oh my goodness. And News says, all the songs these days are so gross. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them are just, you know what? Some of them, they have such a great beat and great music, but then when you listen to the words, it's like, and our kids are listening to these words, and they know all the lyrics. And I think it's kind of subliminal, that it puts these thoughts into their minds without them even realizing, but they're still absorbing it. So it's like for parents these days, we have to be on double, triple, quadruple duty. The cultural influences on our kids these days. Nora says, I used to work with Hank from Sugar Hill Gang. Oh, really? A long time ago. Did you guys know that Nora is a songstress? She is quite the singer. One day, Nora, you're going to have, not only is Nora a fabulous artist, but she's also a singer. In fact, Nora has some of her artwork in a book that's being published. In fact, you know what? I meant to do this last time and I forgot. Nora, do you have a copy of the book that you could show everyone if you would? I'm going to put a link up, and if you want to come up and grab that link, I ordered one of these books because I know there's going to be some beautiful artwork. And I love beautiful things. But Nora, yeah, Nora not used to be, but was a singer. Were you a, what do they call them when you sing? I don't know. What was it like? Michelle Pfeiffer was in that movie where she was a singer. I forget the word that they call it, but it's a special kind of like, what's her name? Who was, oh, I can't think of it. Maybe I'll think of it later. But yeah. Isn't it, I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but isn't it interesting how people can be so talented in one area artistically and that spreads out to so many others? Like you can have someone who's a great singer, who's also has a great eye for design, who's also a poet. I mean, How come some people have so many gifts and some of us are so limited? Oh, it seems unfair, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see Nora's over here. I'll get you in just a minute, Nora. I want to just say hello to a few other people because you know how behind I am with my comments. Hey, Digging with Deej. Hello, hello. Welcome. Anyone else that I haven't greeted, well, I will at the end. Hey, Faye Martin, hello, hello. Marta One's in the house. One of my moderators says hi. I hope she appreciates all the money spent for one day. I know. I'm not even giving that some thought. But one thing I did do, I had been saving up for her sweet 16. She didn't have that. And then I continued saving for her graduation party. Well, COVID hit, so that didn't happen. So I had some money put aside, thank goodness, from 5 years ago. I've been just saving it. And one thing sometimes I do is when I put money aside and it's for a specific purpose, and if it's in savings, I don't take it out. That's why I keep an emergency fund so I don't have to take it out. So fortunately, I had money put aside because that was a big help. In fact, I'm thinking of doing a couple videos on finances. If you guys would be interested in having me do that, let me know in the comments and I will. But I think one of the things I've learned more and more and more by doing this channel and encountering so many older senior women who are in dire financial straits right now, I've learned just how critical and crucial it is to save a percentage of every dime you take in income and pay yourself first. If you don't get anything else from financial literacy or financial reporting, first I pay God. I pay God first, what's his due, and then I pay myself, because ultimately it's so critical. But anyhow, if you want me to do, I have some thoughts that I wanted to do on a couple of financial videos. And if you'd like me to do those, let me know. And I will, because those take a lot of work. And I don't want to do all that work if it's not something that will be of interest to you guys. But hey, Midnight Run says, yes, do a short on the axe. Okay, on the axe throwing. Okay, I will. Oh my goodness, I will. An axe throwing game. What could possibly go wrong, Graham? First of all, no one's gonna stand behind it. That's one of the things I've decided. The other thing, I decided not to do a piñata. One of the reasons was because it has to be outside and there was nothing outside to really do it. And if we did it inside, it would be a little bit, I didn't think they'd want us swinging, a bat or something around inside. And the other reason is that the last time, well, actually not the last time, but a long time back, Jessica did a piñata at a party she attended. And Jessica was up to bat at the piñata, and she took the bat and she hailed back and boom. But when she hailed back, she clunked the person behind her. And I thought it was going to knock them out. And it was a kid. So I was like, I don't think we're going to be doing a piñata, because also, it's easy when these kids really get excited to really hit hard and let go of that bat or whatever you're using, and it can go flying. Although I guess the axe could too, but at least there won't be anyone on the other side. But a piñata, they're kind of in a circle. So I was like, nah, I don't think we'll do a piñata. But yeah, I do get your point. Graham. Oh, Denise, hello. Denise Stegel says, Wendy, Southern California. Yep. Jeanette's Journey says, well, you are better off not having him touch you. Okay, my mind is gone. I'm missing what that is. If you don't respond, if I don't see the answer pretty quick to something I said, my mind is like a sieve. The thought is gone. Wanda says, I have trouble. Oh, yeah. Okay, Jeanette, I get it. Yeah, I was better off not having that clown touch me, because he was, oh my goodness, on the I'm so far behind on the comments that I forget what I was talking about. Wanda says, I have trouble with veins too. Most of the time I tell them to do it in my hand. Oh my gosh, but that's so painful, Wanda. When they've done it in my hand too, but that really hurts, really. Hey, Simply Being Me. That's a good name. I like that. Hey, Gingy. Hello, hello. Uh Priscilla writes that I won't let student phlebotomists experiment on me. I know. I know. Someone standing next to them giving them instructions. No, no, I'm not up for that. I have to tell them I'm sorry, but not on me. Simply Being Me says only one stick for me. Sometimes I let them do 3. That's my limit. But after the third one, no. But I didn't know they have a machine that they put on your arm, like I showed in the video, and it's like a sonogram, and what it does is it detects where blood is flowing, and when you push down on it, I forget, I may have it backwards, but the arteries pop up to the surface and the veins go down and recede, or the other way around. But whichever way it is, they know that, let's say the veins go down, they know that the flow of blood that has gone down with the sonogram, that's the vein. But that's how they help locate the vein. And once they did that with that sonogram, he went right in, found the vein, and boom, we were going. So I was thinking, why didn't they just do this to begin with instead of poking me 3 times? But the person who poked me at the beginning said, "Oh, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing it for 20 years." I was like, "Okay, I've heard this before." And then, but she did say, she goes, and she was saying, "Okay, I'm not going to poke you anymore," but that was at my limit anyhow. She goes, "We're just going to go pull the machine." I guess they don't want to pull the machine in and set it up and do everything, because it took quite a bit to get it kind of plugged in and everything out in that tent. So they were hoping to be able to do it the easy way. But hey, Donna Red Wolf Paul says, I'm from Boston and I'm glad I'm in San Diego. Oh, you're in San Diego. I lived in Boston for a while, for a year. And I tell you, the first winter storm that I went through in Boston, when I went outside, I cried. It was so cold. And then I didn't know this, but I opened my door and I didn't realize just how slippery the surface was. I opened the door to the car I was driving. I went to step out. I put my foot up. I went to stand up, and down I went. I mean, you have absolutely no traction at all. Whoo, it was something. Hey, Lindy's in the house. Hello, hello, Lindy. Welcome, welcome. Anastasia is from Niagara. Oh, I love Niagara. We went over to Niagara Falls. Oh my goodness. Went on that Maid of the Mist, or Mist to something, but you go right up almost to the falls and you can feel the spray coming on you. It's fantastic. Digging with Deej says, I make sure I drink a lot of water. Yep. That solved the problem for you. Yeah. Well, when I know I'm going to, I do. But when I don't know, I'm going to have a drawn. Yeah, just the luck of the draw. Vaughn says, I had a terrible experience with my doctor letting someone learn without my consent. Very uncomfortable. Yep. Hey, Debbie S. Hello, hello. John White says, hi, beautiful, from Elizabethtown, Kentucky. How close is that to Evansville, Indiana? Because that's where I was near in Kentucky. So welcome, John. Welcome from Kentucky. In fact, someone who I did a tour of, remember that beautiful tiny home that I toured when I was at Incredible Tiny Homes that had all the glitz and the glamour and everything? She bought property in Kentucky and she's building a tiny house on her property there. So I hope to go, because can you imagine what her tiny house is going to be like, that she starts from scratch and she has all the design work herself that she can do. So yeah, so Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Oh my goodness. Kenneth says, don't have an axe. May I bring my chainsaw and sledgehammer? No chainsaws, no sledgehammer. Sorry, Kenneth. Roz Bliss says, how are you feeling today? I'm feeling good. And I'm going to tell you what's going on before I end this. But let me go over, and I'm going to put all the comments on hold for a minute because I want to. Hey, Amy D. Hello. I want to go over and get and see Nora. Hey, Brenda Burner and H Stone. Yes, yes. Listen to some positivity. Absolutely. Oh, you're in Western North Carolina. So I guess that's over near Raleigh or Chapel Hill. But hey, Patty Irwin. Just a minute. I want to go bring Nora up right here. Hey, Nora.
Hi.
How's it going? Do you have any of the books you can show us?
Yeah, I just got them in yesterday, actually. Um,
Oh, let's see. Let's
uh,
see.
the
Oh,
cover.
I thought it was going to be a tiny little book. That's beautiful.
No,
Oh,
and it's,
art and recipes.
yep.
Now,
It's
are the recipes from the artist?
yeah. Not every artist. Most of the artists contributed recipes, and then I think they contributed. I haven't even looked thoroughly through it yet. Um, Contributed artwork related to the recipe, but
Like, can you give us an example? Show us one.
sure. Let's.
Just that's kind of going along the lines of what I was saying, because I would think if someone's a great artist that they would be very creative in their cooking. Wouldn't you think?
I don't know if they go together.
Uh, I'm just saying creativity kind of goes together.
A painting by an Indian woman.
Uh-huh.
Her name is Ankara. I can't pronounce it, and she contributed a mango salmon curry cooked in coconut milk. On the
Oh
next,
my.
there's some
Wow.
there's some cookie recipes. There's some. It's just so cool because, like, as I'm flipping through it, there's 29 artists. This was done through an artist league. And wait, I can't figure out the camera.
Oh, just put it up. We'll see. So they have artists that were, so you had to be invited to participate in this book.
This was, yeah, I belong to a lot of different artist groups. And this group that's called St. Paul Underground Artist League. And it's
Why is it underground? Why is it called Underground Artist League?
Underground Artist League, like, because artists are always like, uh, you know, I don't know, I guess, creative or thinking outside the box,
Right. Okay.
weird or kooky, which I'm, but, um, so I've been in that group for a few years, and I'm friends with one of the people who started the group. He's an artist, and he's done interviews with other artists. He has a YouTube channel, and he's done interviews with artists that are like world renowned in the world of art.
Oh, really?
So when they were discussing putting out the book, he asked me if I wanted to participate. And at that time, I didn't have any recipes that I could think of, because then I would have had to, like, illustrate the recipe, and we didn't have time for that. He said, no, you don't have to do that. Just pick out your 3 favorite paintings, which is really hard for me because I have hundreds of them, but I have at least 20 or 30 or 50 that are my absolute favorites.
Right.
But I picked out 3 that I'm very proud of, and I didn't have to submit a recipe. So, and it's about 110 pages long. There's 29 artists. And when I read the list of artists, when it already was going to print, it's a print on demand thing. But when I proofread it and then I saw the cover, some of these artists are like, they teach all over the world. They've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers or followers, or
Wow.
galleries all over I was like, this is so great to be part of this.
I can hardly wait. What an honor. I can hardly wait. I ordered one. I may order a couple more as gifts. Now,
Or
if someone wanted to order, you say it's on demand, so they have to order the book and then they print it.
they
Or they
have,
print it in batches.
and what if anybody wants to order one, they can contact me on Instagram. My account there is NORAKAG with no space.
Can one of my moderators put that up so anyone who wants to can go over and check that out?
Right.
Nora, NORAKAG at Instagram.
No space. Right.
With no space. So NORAKAG, no space.
Right.
And it's a book with 29 artists, you said?
Yep.
And they show their
different style. It's just so cool to, like, flip through it and see all these different styles. They're so different from each other. and yet they're all just so wonderful in their own, in their own right.
Who would, you know what? It would take someone with an artistic mind to come up with a concept like that, to do a book with artwork and recipes going along with it. I mean, only an artist, only someone with an artist's mind would think of that, you know?
Who helped organize this? He's an illustrator. Him and this guy Marty Owings are the two people that started the group in the first place, and this
Okay.
brainchild. So
Wow.
yeah, it's lovely. I'm just so excited. I mean, I've it's just so nice to see my work there, and with all these people.
Well, thank you so much. I just feel so privileged that you let me know about it and I can share it with my
Oh,
Globies,
sure.
because that is so cool. Again, anyone who's interested in this book, and oh, how much is it? That's really important.
It's the book is $35, and then $7 for shipping if you're within the continental US. And I can also
Okay.
Europe or whatever. It would be more shipping, obviously, but the book itself is 35. This is
Okay.
not a money making venture. It's really just a labor of love. I'm just making back the cost of it and the shipping
Right.
stuff. Um,
And just to get these artists out there, I'm interested to see what other artists are in there, because I don't know much about the art world as far as who's current now.
yeah,
But that is just lovely. Thank you so much. If
you
anyone's interested, if you could put also down, in case I'm not caught up with the comments. So if you can also, when I zoom you out, can you also put the link up? I would appreciate it.
sure. Okay.
Thank you. I'll see you.
All right.
All right. Wow. Like I was talking about, artists come up with some really cool ideas. I wonder what another idea would be. I have to think about that. But hey, Red is saying, yeah, when we're talking about things that seemed at first to be really just something that was going to take you out, you'd never recover from it. But Red is saying how something like that she thought was going to be terrible turned into a blessing, and saying, yes, Carol, my divorce was like that, especially when my ex alienated me from my daughters, but I downsized, sold my house in 2020, paid off my debts cash for my RV, and it was awesome. You never know how things are going to turn out, isn't it? Dana Redwolf Paul says our greatest obstacles present the most opportunity. I was listening to someone the other day, and he was saying how in every calamity, people who really are survivors often find an opportunity. I'm going to say that again. In every calamity or disaster, people that happens to us, people now, I don't agree that in everyone sometimes there is not, an opportunity. But he's just saying that people who really are successful in terms of coming out of bad experiences often can look at it with different eyes, and they can see an opportunity when often the rest of us only see a disaster and we can't see past the disaster. And I guess that's, the point in trying to survive. Sylvia, hey, Sylvia Ingram says, digging with Deej. I have rolling veins. Oh, and they have too. Yeah. Um, yep, G. The veins see the needle and say it's time to go. Yes, that could be. Rez says, I still want to come there and see you. Well, I hope you do. I don't know when I'm gonna be doing my meetups differently. Since what happened in Courtside this past couple months ago, the video that I did on things that are happening a little differently, I am going to be doing my meetups differently. I'm not gonna have come camp with me anymore. I'm just I'm just not going to do that. I'm only going to camp with a smaller group unless I'm at a designated campground, that people have to go through some kind of security or some kind of identification to get in. But I will be having meetups, but I will have them like I did the last meetup that was in Courtside, where I had it at that restaurant and bar, and it was just fabulous. There was music, there was dancing, there was food, drinks. I mean, it was just a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to get together and have a good time, a fun time, but in a public place and in a public setting. That's what I'm going to do. I decided from now on in most of my meetups, unless they're with people that I already know. Um, I just think that it's things are changing and more people are, as the economy gets more challenging and as I don't see things getting better in terms of rent. I see things getting a lot worse, and I see a lot of people who are going to be desperate, and I just think that these times that we're living in call for us to be prudent. And so I hate that because I loved camping with people and having people just join me randomly. And, I will be sharing, but only on a much more limited basis. But I will be having open meetups, as I said, at businesses. So, but I hope you will come out. And oh, furries, not Furby. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. They wear furries. Is this kind of costume that they wear? It looks like some kind of animal or different things. I don't know. But they wear them and they love wearing those. So Vaughn's on a Rose says, Carol, if you had a hard time drinking water, try using a straw. Oh, okay. I'll try that. Mark, it says, I still listen to Stanley's messages. Oh, yeah, on WFCJ Christian Radio. He has some fabulous messages. And one of the messages that I really liked was how to deal with difficult times. And he went through it because his father died when he was very young, passed when he was very young, a young boy. So based on as I best of my recollection. So but Red says, and I reconciled with my middle daughter in 2022 after the birth of my first red-haired grandbaby. That is so cool, Red. Isn't that wonderful? Hey, Sylvia says my rolling veins are also very small. A doctor told me, yep, drinking lots of water. Uh Anthony, Graham, you have some competition here with Anthony. I'm telling you, Anthony says, my doctor told me I need glasses, but I prefer it straight from the bottle. Okay. Oh my gosh, Anthony. Brenda Burnett says, gotta go. I'm going to a roller derby bout now. Oh my goodness. The girls I worked out with are skating today. Oh my goodness. I've been watching a few of these skating things where people go on and they do these dances at the we never did that. We went ice skating. So it was kind of, but I know a lot of people, a lot of adults go roller skating at the roller rink. That is cool. Oh my goodness. Hey, Soggy Nomad Press says axe throwing, bottle toss. That's what I get for logging in late. Yeah, you'll have to hear about it next week. Oh my goodness. Vaughn's telling Brenda to have fun. Oh my goodness. That should be a load of fun. So I am widowed. What now? Mash from Korea. Oh my goodness. Yeah, what now? That's a good question. But you know what? It doesn't have to be it's the end of one chapter, but it's the start of a new one. Oh my goodness. But I wonder, yeah, you'll have to keep us posted on how you redefine who you are in the world as a solo instead of as part of a team or a pair. Priscilla Wright says, I'm in Connecticut, 48-hour flood watch. 2 days we had an open fire warning. Yeah, the Eastern Seaboard is going to be in for it. Oh my goodness. They're going to be in for it, is what we're hearing. Hey, Lindy's wishing Brenda to have fun. Everyone's saying hello. Thank you, Jeanette. Everyone click on the like button. I always forget to say that because I get so into talking to you guys and listening to you. Raz Bliss says mash. I remember that. I know. Was that funny? What is that? They called her Hot Lips. Was that what they called her? Oh my goodness. So many funny people on there. Oh, it took place in Korea. Okay. Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you. In Korea. Oh my goodness, what a riot it was. Uh let's see. Red says attitude. Yep. Attitude is really, really, really critical. Marta says, you can have black coffee, but I don't like black coffee. Oh, neither do I. I like a little cream. I like a little coffee with my creamer. That's me. Uh, Lindy says, when something happens, I just handle it and plan ahead. That's all you can do, really. I mean, you can either move into it and stay there and live in the sorrow or the misery, or you can hover about it for a while and then move on. And I think that's the difference between those who go on to live fulfilled lives after something bad happens and those that don't. Um, let's see, who is this? Anaid Shaker says, bless you. What state are you in? California. In California. Uh Who else? Kenneth says, Martina, you like the flavor. Like the flavor. Hey, Jean Bauer is saying hello to everyone. Oh my goodness. Nora says, black coffee or tea are both diuretics. Thank you, Nora. Just not good idea if the veins are hard to find. Okay, thank you for that, Nora. Um, Elsa's, hey, Elsa Ty is saying hello, hello. Um, Red says, my Bible teacher in Georgia went to Charles Stanley's church in Atlanta, and my dad listened to him. Yeah. Which was something because my dad was Presbyterians and Baptists were usually too much for him. Well, yeah, there are a lot of don't do's with Baptists, but I grew up Pentecostal, so I don't think anyone has any more don't do's than Pentecostals. We were really strict. Couldn't wear pants. Couldn't go to a movie. Couldn't wear jewelry. No makeup. No sandals. I mean, can't cut your hair. Woo! There are more don'ts than do's. I tell you for sure. But I'm not even going to get into that. Vaughn's asking, Nora, is the diuretic because of the caffeine? Now, I don't know the answer to that. Red says, back in the 90s, they both have passed now. Stanley and my dad are up in heaven. Well, that's good to know where they are. Nora's saying, I think so about being the caffeine, being the diuretic portion of coffee or tea. Now there is tea that's supposed to be caffeine free, but I hear that even with a caffeine free, it might have just a smidge of caffeine. I'm not sure. Um, Digging with Deej says, I must be lagging, not seeing very. No, Digging with Deej, you're not lagging. I am way behind on the comments. So once they get older, they disappear from your guys' view. I can still see them, but you all can't. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop for a minute. Oh, Priscilla has been listening to the Beatles all afternoon. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right. I'm going to tell you why I said, hey, Plain Vanilla, Grandma's in the house. Hello, Plain Vanilla. I always say that she's the first person that shouted me out when I was trying to get to 100. Do you believe that? Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm going to tell you why I said that my visit to the emergency room may save my life. My mom, I have to give you some context for it to make sense. My mom passed of lung cancer. She came to visit me when I lived in Kentucky. And she got pneumonia. It was cold, it was winter, snow on the ground, that whole thing. And she ended up getting pneumonia. Had she not gotten pneumonia, she would not have gone to the doctor and she would not have had a chest x-ray. Because when they listened to their chest, they could hear the congestion and they could hear the fluid or whatever doctors hear, I guess the fluid on the lungs. And that prompted them to have her get a chest x-ray. The chest x-ray showed that she had a spot on one of her lungs, which they then went in biopsied and determined was cancer, and went in, removed part of that lung, and she went on to live another 15 years or so. Had she not gone to the emergency room because of backup, had she not gotten pneumonia, which prompted her to go to the emergency room, which ended up in her having a chest x-ray, she would not have found out probably until it was much too late because she wasn't a smoker or anything, so there was no reason for her to believe she was at risk for that. Well, when I went to the emergency room this last time, they thought that perhaps I had some blockage going down from my brain, going down through one of the veins or arteries. I don't know. I think arteries go away from the heart veins go towards it. But I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so don't quote me on that. But anyhow, the doctor there, he was a fabulous doctor. Tents and all, he was a great doctor. He said, we're going to do a CAT scan, which you saw in the video if you've seen the video today. By the way, if you're claustrophobic, those things may put you into a panic attack, but I digress. So he said, let's go ahead and let's do a MRI, but he had them do the MRI a little lower than just up to my brain. Well, by doing that and having it lower, it actually went down into my lungs. And when I guess it's the radiologist or whoever reads the MRI, read it, they discovered not only a lump or a nodule on my thyroid, but more significantly, they discovered a spot on my lungs. So I'm dealing with that now. But had I not gone into the emergency room, had I not had that MRI, which at the time seemed like what a terrible thing. I'm in here. I was there literally hours on hours in a tent, freezing in this tent, thinking this is a horrible thing, thinking all kinds of things. And turns out that trip to the emergency room and that doctor who happened to be there, who was very thorough, and the radiologist catching it on who knows, maybe it saved my life. I don't know. This story is yet to be told. But what I have decided is how I'm going to look at this. I'm going to look at this as a blessing rather than a curse. And that's my choice. And that's, I guess, the whole point I'm trying to tell you all is that you do have a choice as to how you receive information and how you go forward with it. And this is what I'm choosing to do. So again, regardless of what the outcome is, I'm looking at this as a blessing in disguise that I happened to go to the emergency room that day. So anyhow, going back, hey, Raj, oh, Baker Boys, that's the movie. So what do they call someone who's a songstress that sings in those kind of intimate settings, kind of like Bobby Short, used to play the piano? What not a chanteuse, what, I don't know the word, but yeah, it was in the Baker Boys. Thank you, Vaughn. But Sylvie says, yay, Nora, I'm a musician too. Oh my goodness. Debbie Johnson says, I'd love to hear Nora sing. Nora, we may have to get you on here singing one of these days. And it's in addition to your artwork. Oh my goodness. Vaughn says, I'm on Kenneth Patrol. Oh, okay. Well, who's going to be on Vaughn and Anthony Patrol, keeping them in line? Oh my goodness. Naj says it's a ghost singer. Okay, I'm not sure. And Jean says background singer. No, it's not a background singer. It's someone who's they're the solo singer, but it's not like a lounge singer. It's at a higher level than that. I can't think of the word that they said. Everyone's saying, oh, Sylvie's saying, yes, it'd be nice to hear you, Nora. Nora, we may have to talk. You may have to break loose and come into song on here one of these days. Hey, Mythical Nomad Adventure says, that's why I like funk music so much. Always fun, never mean lyrics. That is true. Do you guys remember a group called the Spinners? They had a song called Rubber Band Man. I mean, there was so much, so much fun. I remember back in the disco, who was it? Donna Summers, just all that fun music, no mean, sad, just fun dance music. And I snuck a few of those in to Jessica's playlist. Hey, Jean Bauer says that's called artistic. Yep. All right. Well, hey, Panda Chicken Mama. Hello. Red saying, I love the Beatles. I went to Abbey Road when I was in London. Oh, it was cool. Yeah, I remember that album cover with them walking across that street. If you have one of those original albums now, it must be worth a fortune, I would imagine. I would think. Anthony says, I play piano, but I don't post much. I think I have one song on my channel. Okay, well, we'll have to go over and check it out, Anthony. Uh, Kenneth says gifts. Carol has all the most important ones. Kenneth, you are a silver tongue guy, I tell you. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Elsa is saying love, sending love to me and Jessica. Thank you. Hey, Natasha Feld says, right, love funk, Motown music. The Funk Brothers were great. Oh, I love all. Oh, yeah, that was just. And there was another group, Power, what's it? Tower of Power. They were from the Bay Area. I used to love Tower of Power. Even used to like, who is that? Oh gosh, I can't remember his name. He was kind of outrageous, but he was always. I used to go to the Fillmore West. Sly and the Family Stone. Oh my goodness, all those old town. I'm really telling you how old. I'm really dating myself now. Digging with DJ says, with Deej rather, says, I only SUV camp and park to collaborate with other YouTubers. I admire all you lifers. Well, I'm part-time, Deej, but I admire all the lifers too. I have a video that I'm trying to get together. I'm trying. It's really been a challenge because the person that I interviewed doesn't quite she understands English great, but her pronunciation is such that it's hard to understand. So I'm trying. She's 82 there though, and I'm telling you her story is compelling, and where she's sleeping, and and I'm trying to get it together, but hopefully I'll air it next week. And it's just heartbreaking. It's truly heartbreaking. And there are more and more people in that situation, but 82. But I'm going to hopefully get that video up next week. But okay. Anastasia says definitely interested. Yeah, I'm gonna do, because that meeting her just really got me. Well, I've been thinking about it for a while, but it really got me thinking more about the need to do a couple of videos on finance, for especially for women, because oh my goodness, what can I say? Midnight Run, Kendall says, yes, finance videos would be helpful. A lounge singer. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's a little more classy, Martha. Hey, Sheila. Hello, hello. Whoo, I am going to, it is, 4:20. How time flies when you're having fun, huh? I'm trying to get through all of these comments, but I'm not going to. You guys know how I am on this. Priscilla says, I saved like crazy. In 208, my retirement account disappeared, and then my job disappeared. A lot of people that happened to in 2008, Priscilla. A lot of people. Uh, Red says, yes, do it, Carol. Need reminders or reprimands. No, I'm not going to be reprimanding anyone, but I certainly will be hopefully sharing. I will share hopefully some useful and valuable information. Debbie says, yes, always like finance videos. Okay. Oh, Wanda, do they still play Twisters at parties? Yes, they do. And I have a Twister game, and I was going to bring it, but I didn't know if some of the girls would be wearing dresses. And I decided, maybe at a different party, maybe at the beach where I know everyone is dressed so they can bend over and do all that kind of stuff. Yes, everyone seems to be saying yes, do some finance. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Red says that could be dangerous. The pinata. We had situations with bats when my kids were little. Yeah. Can you see someone doing the pinata? Woo! The bat goes flying. Oh no, no. Marty says so many don't make a budget. That's true. That's true. And that is number one start of a downfall, not having a budget. I learned in home ec and junior high. I'm 72, still write one every month. I don't know what they're doing in school these days, but they sure aren't teaching financial literacy. And that is what these kids need more than almost anything, financial literacy. And today it is more important than ever. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, folks, I am getting ready to head out, and Digging with Deej says, I'm from Michigan, but travel to Ohio, New York to collaborate with other channels occasionally. That's a good, you know what? That's one way to really build a channel, is collaborating with others. That's a great way to build a channel, or to help Oh, thank you, Midnight Run, Maid of the Mist. If you ever go up to Niagara Falls, go on the Maid of the Mist. I think it's over in the Canadian side. It is one of the most beautiful experiences you can have, thrilling and wonderful. Anastasia says Niagara won't be so fun when the e- eclipse. We are expecting with the eclipse over 1 million visitors. Wow. Oh my, that's time to stay in the house, I guess. All right. Well, you know what? I got to head on out there because I know that they're going to be coming out here looking for me again. Graham says mango curry. That sounds like something right up my alley. I know. Ooh, doesn't that sound delicious? Uh Daniel, hey, Daniel says, I love watching you, but I have to go soon. Can you please go ahead and give your health updates now and talk about other things later? Well, I hopefully you got to see the health update, Daniel. I'm really behind in the comments. So hopefully you got to see that, but I will be keeping you guys posted, letting you know, hey, Cheryl, another one of my daughter's aunties. Cheryl's on. Pamela says, dry, cool idea for artwork and artists. Isn't that cool? That is the coolest thing. But anyhow, all right. Lindy says, now I know why I'm a bad cook. Not one artistic cell in my body. But I do think it helps to have some art, because if you're artistic, that means you're creative. And if you're creative, you kind of think of different spices that might go together, or different foods like mango and curry, that might be interesting and, kind of tasty. But anyhow, would all of you who have, first of all, with my moderators, would you please all drop your channel links? My wonderful, fabulous moderators, would you drop your channel links? Next, with anyone who is a creator, would you put a big giant C there so everyone can go over and support you? Oh, there. Thank you, Red, for dropping Nora's link. And also on, that's her Etsy, but also at Nora K, Norakag at Instagram. Everyone's saying congratulations to Nora on the book. Yes. Thank you. Cheryl says you're wearing that hat. Hey, what can I say? um Lisa says never give up before the miracle. So true. Isn't that true? Wait on your miracle. Yes. But also Lava's Lindy's saying chili is my best thing. Well, hey, that will sure feed a lot of people, especially in a pinch. Anyone this is your first time in the house, would you put a number 1 up so we can welcome you? You know how we like to go. You know how we roll, Globies. We like to welcome people, let them know that you're a part of the family and you are welcome here. It's a safe space. Miss Net says it was because of my divorce I discovered that I'm an author and wrote my autobiography. Wow. That really is turning something that could be a disaster into a new start in life. That is so cool. Let's see. Oh, there. Okay. Thank you, Red, for putting the Nora Keg on Instagram. Kenneth says, Midnight Run, I've been a fan of yours for a long time. So love the care you have given our canine babies. Oh, I'll have to go check that out. Midnight Run. So it sounds like you're involved with dogs. Oh, okay. Well, you're my kind of people. My kind of people for sure. So go check out Midnight Run, will you guys? Lava Lindy is saying, yes, Carol, it's becoming more and more important to have your meetup in public spaces. Yeah, I really hey, Peg, hello. I also have someone that wrote into me on a tour that I gave of a most beautiful tiny little van. It was an Astro that she is selling. So I've got to get with her. I'm so behind on even following up on my emails, my text messages, but it was one of the most amazing creative vans I've ever seen. And she says she's putting it up for sale. So I'll let you guys know about that. Natasha says, rent is crazy. I live in the hood and a one bedroom is 2,300. Wow. Wow. That is insane. 2,300. How many people living on Social Security can afford rent of $2,300? You won't have anything left for food, for meds, for phone, for insurance, for gas, for maintenance on your vehicles. That's just insane. But welcome, welcome in the house, Peg. Hey, Vicky, I haven't forgotten. I saw your email, and we are going to get together for lunch, but it's going to be a little while. Yeah, I did get it. I did. But I do want to get together with you and have lunch. Vicky and I used to work together in investigations back in the day. Oh my goodness, I was new. She was a veteran. She'd been there for a while. I used to go over at least 20 times a day asking her about the law and, can you do this with this law, and what does this statute mean, and what, because we used to write sentencing reports and have to recommend what the appropriate sentence would be if a person was guilty. And I would say, is this a misdemeanor? Is this a felony? I mean, it was a huge, huge learning curve. And Vicky was such a help to me. But yes, it was. I'll have to tell you about that one of these days, that job. But all right. So I'm looking to see where um let's see. Lindy says she could see her butt skidding all over the ring and a oops, on a roller skating or ice skating rink. All right. Hot Lips. Yeah, Hot Lips Hooligan. Yes, that was from MASH. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm trying to find if we have oh my goodness, I'm scrolling through these. I know, I'm sorry you guys who I'm missing. Hey, Mary Faye. Hello, hello. Um Mary Faye says you can get it at health food store with already mixed like that. I'm not sure what you guys, because I am missing some. Thank you. Thank you. Chessie's Adventure says praying for me. Thank you. I will accept all. A chartreuse. That's what I thought it might be. Adele. Thank you. Yes, it's kind of a high class singer that sings in special salons and very intimate settings, but to, in a very upscale club setting. That's it, chartreuse. So that is, I think, what Nora was. Oh my goodness. Hey, Spirit Wind View. Hello, hello. Back in the doo-wop days. I know, I know. Oh my God. Last Dance. Oh, I know. I wonder if she's going to do no, she doesn't have that on a list. I may have to add Last Dance by Donna Summer. I used to love that song. Hey, Carol, the Spinners were great. Weren't the Spinners? Hey, there's my friend, another one of Jessica's auntie, um, Schoolie Carol. Yep, the Spinners. I used to love the Spinners. Oh my goodness. Kenneth says, don't get me started with disco dance. Oh my goodness. Hey, Celestial Jim's Design. I'm trying to get to these creators, content creators. Hey, Kathy Isaac. Let's see. Oh, Debbie Johnson says a similar thing happened with my mom. She was getting tests done before her knee surgery, and her chest x-ray showed she had a lung cancer. It was a blessing. Oh, isn't it something? How just serendipity, and I really think God's divine intervention too. I really believe that is what it is. Kathy Joyce says Tower of Power played with Huey Lewis. Oh, did they? I didn't know that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Mary Faye says it really hurts me to my heart to see all these American citizens that are homeless, especially the veterans. Yeah, me too. And the senior citizens. It's heartbreaking, and I'm really praying that God will come through. Yeah, I saw we're in, I forget what city it was, that they were voting to turn a park into a place for, I think it was in Canada, for parking, and that the citizens in the area were up in arms and were going to try and put something on the ballot. It may not have been in Canada, may have been here. I don't know, but they were going to try and get a referendum on the ballot so they could vote it down. But people have to have somewhere safe to park. I mean, I know. Let's see. Uh, for anyone 80, Peg is saying for anyone 82, it was a different world when they grew up. It was. It absolutely was. And she's from a different country, so it was even more. And now she's really stuck. I mean, she's stuck. Oh, when you see when you see in that video where she sleeps every night, you're your breath is gonna catch in your throat. It's coming. I'm working on that video, but I don't know. I don't know that I can really do a good enough job showing it, and I don't want to botch it. So I'd rather not do the video than botch it. And that's what I'm afraid of. But I'm going to try. Live a life below your means. That is so true. If you can spend less than you make and save the rest from an early age, you'll be set when you get older. But it's so hard right now. Most people, I don't know about most people, but many people can't survive on what they're making. So there's nothing left to save, especially with like rents for one bedroom, 2,300. Who's saving on that, you know? But Sylvie says, I watching my Honduran neighbors hang a pinata in a tree across the street right now. Oh boy. Okay. You may want to video that. Oh, Nora says, I hope tomorrow is a fabulous day for Jessica, her friends, and not too stressful for you. Have a great time. Thank you, Nora. I'll be glad when it's over. I will. I have to admit. Carol says schools are way behind. They need to teach finances. They really do. They really do. All right. ZY says chanteuse. It's French. Oh, okay. All right. I'm still trying to. All right, here we are. Content creators. Vaughn's on a roll. Bye, Sheila. Chessie's Adventures. Digging with Deej. Donna Flynn. Voice breath training. Redheaded Riding Hood. Nora has links to Nora Kagan also over on Etsy. Only 92 likes so far. Hey, you guys, hit that like button. Hit that like. Hey, Enoch is in the house. Enoch was who started out doing my video editing and videography for me when I very first started my channel and helped me get my channel started. So Enoch, thank you. Thank you so much. I owe an eternal debt of gratitude to Enoch. Hey, all alone, first time in the house. Hey, all alone. Well, next week we're going to be talking about people who are alone. So come on back next week on live Digging with Deej. Welcome everyone. Go over and look at all the people who are have channels. Lava Lindy has a channel. And welcome the people who first time in the house. All alone, Digging with Deej. Hey, Enoch was one of my Enoch was probably my first Globie. Hey, Tumblebug. Who else is here that wants to that's new in the house? All alone says, are all these folks van life folks? No, not all are van life folks. A lot are. Some just love watching, and some are just friends that have watched videos and want to come along and just be part of the Globies. You don't have to be a van lifer to be a Globie. All you have to do to be a Globie is be kind. Be kind and be sincere, and that's it. You're a Globie. And of course, come on and say hello on the lives. And if you can, watch the videos, but if you can't, you can still come on the lives and say hello. Be part of our Globie family. So no, you don't have to be a van lifer. Elsa Ty says mango curry. Oh my, just blessed with some chicken breast strips. Thank you so much. Argula, I never can say that. That is gonna be awesome. Thank you. Oh my goodness. All right. Anyone else? Ooh. Digging with Deej says, I'm SUV camping and treasure hunting on a budget channel. Okay. Well, I'll have to go out and check you out. Digging with Deej. Treasure hunting. SUV camping. And there's another SUV camping, SUV RVing. I love Tristan over there. He's not on here. He's a big channel, but he was so kind to me and let me interview him. And I messed up the interview. What do you call it? Little thing. I don't know, but he is so cool. He has some really, really great, I mean, great stuff over on SUV RVing. So go check out Tristan. Also, he has a video this week that he did on, he was going looking for land in Arizona and was it also Nevada? But he looked at 3 properties. So go over and check him out and tell him that Glorious Life on Wheels. Tell him Glow sent you over there. I love that channel. And one of these days he's promised he's going to let me go on a hike with him. But when you see his hikes, you're going to see that he's going to have to really dumb down his hikes to take me on a hike with him. But they are amazing. Norrin says, no way I could afford my apartment with Social Security. Yeah. Yep. All right. Red saying, no, some are van life folks, though other part-time travelers, artists, writers, musicians, it's all. That's right. All right. Okay, I am going to head on out of here and okay, last dance. You know what, Donna? I am going to ask the DJ if they can do The Last Dance by Donna Summer as the very last dance. That's a good idea. Good idea. Okay. All right. Well, the OJs. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, the OJs. Oh, my voice is getting scratchy. So it's time for me to head on out. Mary Faye says the problem is that people that get their monthly income is not going up fast enough. That's true. Everything else, excuse me, everything else is going up 50 times faster. Then let me get something to drink here real quick. Is going up 50 times faster. Or maybe not 50 times, but it's going up so much faster than incomes are going up. Sorry, I tilted this a little bit. But oh, there's your channel, Red. Thank you for putting your channel up there. Okay, well, folks, I know, Noreen, I love Tristan's channel. I absolutely love SUV RVing. In fact, can one of my moderators drop the link for Tristan's channel, SUV RVing? And he is the nicest, I mean, the nicest man you ever wanted to meet. He's so kind. He went out of his way to meet with me when he was in San Diego County and let me interview him. I mean, who does that? He was 5,000 times bigger than my channel was at the time and still is, but just so kind and thoughtful. Janet says, I just love watching you. I'm 80. Oh, you're 80 and live in a small home in Southwest Oregon with my daughter. I RV'd over 25 years. Wow, till my husband passed. I raised 2 disabled children. Oh my goodness, Janet. Email me, Janet, at Glorious Life on Wheels. I am going to be making a trip up to Oregon, Southern Oregon. I don't know exactly when. I've been up there several times, but I'm going to be making a trip. And I'd love to interview you and talk to you when I make my next trip up there. So if you're interested, you can email me at gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail.com. I'd love to talk with you, Janet. Wow. 25 years RVing. Now that's something. Oh my goodness. I bet you have some stories to tell, and I'd love to hear them. Hey, Terry M. All right. All Alone, the Isley Brothers. Oh, yeah. I met the Isley Brothers. That's a whole nother story. But they were so nice, down to earth. I was actually a waitress in a place when I was a student. I was a waitress in a place that they came into. And at that time, this is like, 50 years ago, they left me a $20 tip. I mean, that was a lot of money back then. And they were so down to earth, so kind, and just really nice guys. But anyhow, oh my goodness. Yep, you guys all have a wonderful. Thank you, Red. Thank you for dropping Tristan. And Anai Shaker is, I hope I'm saying Anne or Anne Shaker #1. So everyone, welcome, Anne to the house. Okay, all right. Kathy Joy, thank you for the prayers. It is time for me to head on out of here. You guys pray for me for this party tomorrow. Woo, it's going to be quite an undertaking. Let's put it like that. All right. I love each and every one of you. May your journeys be filled with joy and blessings, and I will see you next time. All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Okay, let me see if I can't end this instead of keeping it going